We're just 2 days away from the second, yes, the second Gamecock Central kickoff party at Steel Hands Brewing. And one of the people that you will be able to catch there on Saturday night is the man, the myth, the legend, a local boy at that, Patrick Davis. Patrick, always good to catch up with you, bud.
Mike, how you doing, buddy? You look a little busy, man.
Just a little bit up north, double dipping here with the Patriots duties, but we are still over at Gamecock Central. We're excited for another season of Gamecock football. And what better way to welcome in a new season than to have this kickoff party? I know last year, the inaugural one, you were there. This year, it's even bigger. It's even better. Some of the guests that have already committed. I mean, we got G.G. Jackson, for crying out loud. He'll be out there. We'll be raising money for a tremendous foundation, the Haydenhurst Family Foundation, and everything that they've done with mental health awareness. In your band, Patrick Davis and his Midnight Choir will once again be out there. How excited are you for this? I know you do a lot of these concerts. I know you come back to South Carolina, but to come back for something that involves the Gamecocks, how special is that for you?
I last year when when Chris on the team, Wes, everybody asked me about doing this, I thought it was a wonderful idea, and I think it's the excitement around Gamecock football hasn't felt like quite a while. And it doesn't mean we're going to win a national championship this year. That would be wonderful. But I think we have a feeling that things are getting better. And so this off, I said yes to it last because I was like, man, I want to be a part of this. It sounds fun. It's kind of like a family reunion. You know, it brings everybody back together. We've made it through another year in the summer and all the things. And now it's like, oh, man, we're back. We're back. We're about to kick off football because, like, you know, it's one of those things like I think Darius said something like ridiculous, like, you know, there's 2 seasons, like football season, and then you know everything else is just waiting on football season, you know, and that's kind of what it is. You know, we're so excited to be back in the conversation, and I've noticed that from paying attention to Gamecock Central, but also just in the national conversation, you'll hear them mention South Carolina now, and there was 5, 6, 7 years where that just wasn't happening. So I'm pretty stoked about just coming home. It's exciting to see everybody. The Midnight Choir is a lot of fun, and Steel Hands it really is a great brewery in the area, and so yeah, I can't complain. And getting around my Gamecock folks, I don't get to do that enough. And so anytime I can be around people that like that, it feels like I'm home because I am home, you know, so.
You mentioned that being around the Gamecock crew. I remember going out to your concert at the Senate the night before the South Carolina Clemson game, the Toys for Tots drive that you do. I mean, it's absolutely incredible. A lot of Gamecocks there that night. And I know everyone loves hearing the song Big Old Cock, so I'm sure that will be performed that night as well. But when you're around so many, when you're around the Corey Millers, the Ryan Brewers, you're around these former players, you're up on stage and you're singing, especially that song in particular. How special is it just to be able to see this fan base just get riled up, knowing that, okay, we have a new season coming, excited for the football season, and you're kind of leading the way with some music.
Well, yeah, it's you know, I think all of us, you know, I'm just a fan. That's all I am. You know, I'm just a fan who happened to, you know, find a little bit of you know, I don't know, notoriety or success as a musician, and that allowed me you know, some access to people that I, you know, otherwise I wouldn't know. And you know, writing Big Ol' Cock and a few other tunes, that really brought me into the fold with, you know, the Gamecock you know, I guess the family. And so I got to meet people that I had grown up watching on television or listen to on the radio. And that really, for me as a fan, because that's what I am, I'm just a Gamecock fan, you know, it's really awesome. It's so cool to be sitting there. You know, I cheered for Corey Miller, you know, I saw Sterling the other night, you know, it's like these are people that I grew up idolizing as a kid when you're on the playground, and to be able to now call them friends, and also to have them, you know, kind of fans of mine with music, you know, when it comes to whether it be Big Ol' Cock or whether it be other tunes, you know, for have them come to shows and to get on stage and sing the Gamecock stuff is also pretty awesome. So it's kind of surreal, man. It's I don't know, all you guys out there, we're all the same. We're just fans. We're pulling for our team, and I'm just lucky enough to have some you know, connections with some folks that I guess I can't believe I'm hanging out with them, to be honest. So.
Well, I feel that way when I'm in Nashville hanging out with you, driving around town. I feel like I'm with the biggest celebrity in town. But Patrick, I got to ask you this, though, right? I mean, I bring up the fact that Gigi Jackson's going to be there. Marshawn Lloyd's going to be there. To carry on Joyner. These are players that have already committed, and you can go check out the full list over at Gamecock Central because this list continues to pile up. That's some of the athletes. You know, we saw Shane Beamer come out last year, Shelly Smith, women's soccer coach. You also are going to be there, and I know this is not going to be said too much longer. Your fiance. I know it's going to be wife very soon, but she is very, very talented. Michael Haney. What can you tell people about some of these other performers that are going to be up there on stage performing throughout the night?
Well, I wanted this to be a family reunion. I'm not just making that up. I want this to feel like it's we're all in this shit together, basically, and that's the deal. It's like, so Lauren, my fiance Lauren, she's an incredible artist, and she's from Fort Worth originally, lives in Nashville now with me, but she is now a Gamecock as well. So she's coming out.
Converted her?
Yeah,
Did she have a choice? Did she even have a choice?
No, she watches the games though now, and she cheers. She's like, "How we doing? How we doing?" She doesn't really care, but she cares. So that's good. But then Michael Haney, who was on the radio for many years, and actually, kind of been my merch guy and assistant guy on the road some for me. He started writing songs, and so he's been doing a thing in Nashville. At Steel Hands in Columbia. And so I wanted to have him come out and play some tunes. And then Blake Weinbach, who is actually a sophomore at USC. And Blake is a really he's an aspiring. He's 19, man, and he kind of is my merch guy too. And Haney can't do it. So I kind of wanted all these guys to come out, and there might be a few more special guests. The Midnight Choir, was made up of, I think, all but a couple of us are all Gamecock fans. One of the girls actually graduated from Clemson, so we can't hold it against her that she's a Clemson fan. Yeah, we have it should be a really good night of music at Steel Hands because last year it was just in the Midnight Choir, and this year I said we ought to bring a few more people into the fold, and hopefully maybe year 3 if that maybe it's a little more, maybe all of a sudden it starts at 4:00 in the afternoon instead of 6 or 6:30, just because the idea behind this should be that every year we know that Gamecock Central is going to have this event, and we all there celebrating the fact that that brighter days are ahead, and that our Gamecocks are a little bit it's the song I wrote is we ain't far from the promised land, that type of thing, it's like we want to feel that feeling is really nice, man. It's been really great, and I can't say that enough. What Shane's done for the program, for the university, for the state, the feeling is extraordinary. And I think that also, we kind of now are buying into the players, and that's what these players that are going to be there. You have, Marshawn, I think, his story with the injury and everything is heartbreaking, but it feels like he's all in, he's back, and the character, he'll be legend for the rest of his life just because of the bowl game, and regardless of what happens, he's going to be like Kimry, like he just came in and did something crazy. So I think that's a really nice addition, and I got to give a shout out to Gamecock Central, Steel Hands, I don't know, Garnet Trust, whoever was able to pull that stuff off, because that really adds a really nice element, and I think that allows for not just fans that are 30, 40, 50 years old, but kids now can come out, and they're going to think that's cool. Players, they can't have the beer, but they can have some chicken wings or chicken fingers or whatever it is they have there. And I like that, man. I like that. And Gigi Jackson, he's gonna be in the NBA in a year, so might as well get a picture and take get an autograph. More than likely in a year from now he's gonna be playing for the Nets or somebody. So I'm looking forward to it. I like the fact that Gamecock Central and that Steel Hands seem to be, and I know they are, so gung-ho about this, and they see the value. Because what we have to do is understand that we are a community, and the Gamecocks is a special thing. It's a family, and these events just kind of reiterate that.
And when Steel Hands hold events, it's absolutely incredible. I've been there for a couple events. I'm bummed that I cannot be down there this weekend. Was hoping to be able to pull off some magic to be down there, but unfortunately I won't, so I'll be there in spirit. But
we like to see our people doing good things. So I think it's okay, man. I know what you're doing, and we're all don't get confused. We're all cheering for you.
Well, I'm looking forward to being able to come down there for a game. But I will say this though, Patrick, you mentioned Shane Beamer and just the excitement that he's been able to bring back into this, not just city, but the state and beyond. How exciting has it been just to watch everything take place, not just since he arrived on campus, but especially this offseason, being able to pick up a guy like Spencer Rattler through the transfer portal, being able to add some of these other key pieces, seeing what they're doing from a recruiting standpoint. As a fan, how much excitement does that bring you? And we're not even there. We're not even there on game day yet. We still have just over 2 weeks to go, but there's just so much excitement right now in Columbia.
Yeah, I think it's awesome. I don't think it could be understated what Shane's meant to the university, and I think that getting Spencer Rattler is that was incredible. But I think that kind of shows you he connects very well with the fan, not just the fan base, but he connects with the kids. He connects with it. They believe what he is telling them. It sounds bad to say what he's selling, but I mean that's what we're all selling something. They believe
Absolutely.
what he's saying is better than what other people are saying, and it's just it's gonna take baby steps. Like we fell so far from the mountaintop. We were up there, and just things a lot of it was bad luck, but also just maybe some poor decisions in other ways. But now it looks like Shane, who his lifelong dream has been to be a South Carolina Gamecock football coach. He's home, man, and if we keep somebody like this around for 20, 30, 40 years, there is no reason why in 15, 20 years, quicker than that, 10, 15 years, like that we are not in the same conversation as where Alabama is today, or where Clemson's been for the past, we hate to say that, but where Clemson's been for the ppast decade. Mm-hmm. What I've found is it's funny, as you get older, you kind of forget this, but, kids, like an 18-year-old kid right now, they think that Jadavion and Marcus are old. Like they're like that was a long time ago, like on today. And so, they don't remember, 2010, 11, because they were 6 or 7. They might have had a jersey. Don't remember. They're very what's happening today. And Shane is making it to where we're getting media buzz. We're just crossing a lot of paths that we didn't happen. It wasn't happening before. We weren't on anyone's radar. And right now it feels like things are trending in the right direction. And it's going to take a minute. Like, I don't think we're in 12 games this year, but I also don't think we're going to get blown out of any games. I think we're going to compete. And one thing that we hated as Gamecock fans is knowing that there were some games recently that we were just going to get our ass kicked. Nothing we could do. We were just outclassed. And that was players and coaches. And now I don't feel like that's the problem anymore. So that's what I think makes us excited, because now we might lose Georgia by 2 touchdowns, but we shouldn't lose by 5 touchdowns. It should be a close game. Maybe in the fourth quarter they just are able to beat us. We're going to be in some games we shouldn't be in, and maybe win 1 or 2. And the great thing about Shane is, I talked with Michael Haney about this, and Haney and I talked about it. He goes, man, the thing about Shane is we're going to win a few games we shouldn't, and we're not going to lose games we should win. And that was the problem with Muschamp and those guys. We lost games we should have won. Yeah. And Shane, I feel like when they walk into the stadium, they are going to get the job done. So,
well, you're fired up. Gamecock fans are fired up. And if you want to be able to just get more fired up, come on out to Steel Hands Brewing this Saturday. Come on by 3, 4 o'clock. Come out earlier. Get a pregame beer in, right? I mean, it's a brewery.
Beer there. It really is. As someone who gets to travel all over the planet and has been known to drink some. Listen, that beer is really, really awesome, and they've done a job. It's such a I feel like Columbia as a whole has really stepped up their game over the past 5 or 6 years. You're seeing it across the board with some of the restaurants and bars and things like that. And Steel Hands is one of those places. And I think that Beamer being a Gamecock is going to elevate Columbia and the university and the entire state more and more and more. So go Cox, boys and girls, and please come see me on Saturday night. It'll be fun.
Now, one last thing. If you don't have a VIP ticket, it's all right. This is a free event. If you get the VIP ticket, you're going to have opportunities to be able to talk with Gigi Jackson and some of the other guests that will be there. Marshawn Lloyd to carry on Joyner. But you can just show up. It's free. Go but grab yourself a beer. The portion of those proceeds will be going to the Hayden Hurst Foundation. It'll be a great, great evening. I know you have it in front of you. I don't know if you can just play something off, even just for 10 seconds as we sign on off. You got the guitar there. I know you're getting ready for a concert this weekend.
This is a brand new guitar. Look at, I just got this guitar today from my buddies. on in Columbia. They drove it to me. It's a 1942 Gibson acoustic guitar. You boys out there that play guitar know what this is. So anyway, let's see. Well, I'll probably play this first and last on Saturday night, so I'll do a bit of it. I'm in the Cherokee Casino in Cherokee right now. I got a gig tomorrow. I don't want to make anybody mad in the rooms around me trying to figure out what I'm singing, but here we go.
We'll play 10 seconds, but he's Patrick Davis. Catch him in his Midnight Choir this Saturday at Steel Hands Brewing.
All right. Well, I barely slept a wink last night because I could hardly wait to wake up this morning on game day. So as soon as I heard that rooster crow, I set off on the road, straight down I-20 to the capital city where the pretty Carolina girls go. Cause I've heard all the stories of the great George Rogers. Now back in 1980, he made the whole nation holler. And I've seen that photograph of young Steve Tannehill up in old Death Valley, signing his name on the field. Yeah, and I love the year 2001 and Bill Williams' Price Rock. Oh, what else can I say? I'm just a big old car.
Patrick Davis, ladies and gentlemen, we will see you Saturday at Steel Hands Brewing for the second Gamecock Central kickoff party. Patrick, I appreciate you, buddy. Have an awesome, awesome time there Saturday. Have a drink for me. Have a 2 for me. I wish I could be down there, but I know you're going to crush it, buddy.
All right, man. Later, buddy. I'll say, hey, have fun up there, and we'll see you at the game this season, all right?